Hey tubes, hopefully you can hear me over the wind noise, but I've made a final decision. The Craftsman is being scrapped. A couple different reasons why. It's not getting scrapped right away, but it's going to be gradually torn down for parts for the roper. Because if you remember from before, I am putting a 5 or 6 speed in the roper. But to do that, I just checked it, I need the brake mechanism parts off this Craftsman. I'll show you why. So you can see the brake here is on the left, where the brake should be on just about anything. But if you look down here, the brake disc is also on the left. That is a little bit of an issue when you go to use a gear drive rear end, where the gear drive rear end, the brake disc is on the right hand side. Yes, you can convert them to the left hand side, but if you can just swap them over to the other side, it's so much more simple. So that's what I'm going to do. And also, it's looking like that rear end will actually will be a bolt in, because there's 2 bolt holes right there, and that corresponds with the other rear end as well in the Craftsman, where it will where it just gets some extra support from. So my next job is, probably not today because it's starting to rain and it's very windy out here. I don't like working on this stuff when it's windy, because it's just me out here and I don't want to get stuck underneath a tractor, especially something this heavy. Anyways, I'm going to pull the fenders. I'm hopefully going to leave the foot plates in place. Anyways, pull the fenders and pull the gas tank, pull the seat, and try to get it stripped down. Hopefully I can leave the dash in place. And once all that's off, I should be able to drop that rear end out and literally jack the new one up into place, and it should go right into place. So even I was looking, the foot plates are actually the same between both these tractors. I'll move this carb cleaner. And I kind of did a stupid rookie move, where I thought the carburetor was leaking gas. It wasn't actually the carburetor, it was the fuel line leaking. So that's all solved. I replaced the carburetor, it still leaked, so I had to snip the fuel line. It's working now, it's not leaking gas. But then also, by removing the rear fenders, it'll give me the chance to replace the fuel lines going up. And I believe both of these tractors are built off the same frame. They sure look like it. Even right back to the rear panel, they're almost the same. I don't know if this is an AYP Craftsman or not, but someone was saying that roper is made by AYP. I know AYP made a few Craftsmans. They made my old Craftsman that I had because it was an AYP style. So I don't know if AYP built this or not. But I know roper is. But roper and Craftsman are practically the same. I believe you could get an older Craftsman with the exact same body style, but it's just labeled Craftsman, not roper. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I know I've seen these ropers before with a 5-speed. Same 5-speed that's in that Craftsman. Actually, Dave's Farm has one. The one roper that they have is a 5-speed. Same engine, 16 horse supposed, and it has the 5-speed rear end in it. I don't know if it has the, I don't know if it's the yard. This is called a yard tractor. I don't know if theirs is a yard tractor or not, but yeah. And I did test it. I don't know if I got video of this or not. I don't think I did. No, I didn't get any video yesterday. The rear end is good in this. I had it running. I put it in gear, forward and reverse, do both work on this thing perfectly fine. So the drive line is good. It's just I don't have tires for this because I don't have nothing around here with a 1-inch axle. Also, you cannot pulley swap a hydro. So yeah, so that's why it's coming out. Also, with this coming out and using the Craftsman as a donor, I'll have all the pulleys and everything underneath the Craftsman to convert over to the roper. And I believe even the belt size, because I'm just going to hook up stock belt size for now, just to get it moving and make it a roller and make it drive. The stock belt size might even fit. I just want to show you something which is actually quite rare for these tractors, and I'm also going to show you on the Craftsman. moving the steering. Look how tight that steering is. Normally with these Craftsmans, the old ones, you go a quarter turn and then it starts pulling the wheels. Like basically the whole wheel will turn a quarter turn. This is not even turning an eighth of a turn. So it has really nice tight steering. I put air in those front tires, so it's actually steering really good now. Also on this Craftsman, also this is another thing, all the steering parts will be convertible as well between the two tractors. Nice tight steering on the front end of this thing as well. So I'm happy about that. I got an extra steering box. I will have an extra rear end, which is a 6-speed, not a 5-speed. But I believe from watching, I can't think of the person's name right now. He does a lot of off-roading and tractors. I believe the 5-speed cases, you can actually put the 6-speed gear in there, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not doing it anyways, so. And these 6-speed transmission transaxles are quite plenishable, so you can find them quite easily. They're not that hard to come by. And someone's asking me, oh, why don't I just go to a junkyard or something and get parts, or like a scrap yard with scrap tractors? Around here and in most parts of Ontario, you cannot buy from the scrap yards. It's a stupid rule, but it's just the management rules, and it's gone through to all the different scrap yards. Basically, unless you're like right in good buddies with the owner or the manager of the scrap yard, that's the only way you can actually buy stuff from a scrap yard around here. It's bullshit, really, but yeah. So that's pretty much it for the update on this. Overall, this tractor is actually in pretty good shape, and like I said before, I'm pretty sure they are the same frame. This one just has a frame extension on the front, and even right down to that little hole, they're the same. And I do plan on putting a V-twin in this and get rid of that opposed. It's just I want to get it working properly. I gotta pull this engine out eventually, because it does have the electric PTO on it still, and I know even that part there is probably worth a few bucks to the right person. So I got the rear end, I got the electric PTO, a few other parts on this that are probably worth some money. So, and then I also still have the Murray's hydro, and I gotta find the numbers on that, and I might have to actually post that on eBay. I don't think Kijiji will really work for any of these parts because they're kind of specialty parts. They're more of an eBay part. So that's pretty much it for this video. So I guess I'll talk to everyone later. Please keep it redneck like always. Hopefully you stay tuned till the end of the video, and please subscribe and comment.